Hi, this is Monty from Motor Park Vehicles, and here's another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's just recently coming to us. This is our 2006 on a 56 plate facelifted E-Class. Really nice high spec car, so facelifted E-Class. It's covered 119,000 miles, but a lovely, in my opinion, for the age and the mileage, lovely car. Now these videos tend to take about 10-12 minutes long. I'll try and be as brief as I possibly can, but I'll go around, briefly walk around the car now and give you a more detailed view very shortly. So the reasons we tend to do these videos, it's all about trust, honesty, integrity. We try and tell you how it is. You know, I am only human. I don't intentionally go out to miss anything on a vehicle, but we try and take that stigma out of what's the car going to be really like. You know, it looks lovely in the photographs. Is it going to be like that when we go and have a look at it? So this is the reason why we tend to do these videos. Now, in terms of the colour, this is a colour called Carneol Red, and it's got a beige leather interior, or I think it's called cashmere beige, but a lovely colour combination. Okay, now the reasons why I was holding the camera there for a while, please note down the registration number if you want to, do any MOT history checks. If you need to know about the service history, just give me a call, let you know what's been done to the car, etc. Okay, now I mentioned it's a high spec car. It has got navigation, it's got front and rear parking sensors, you've got memory driver and passenger seats, folding mirrors, xenon headlamps, you've got luxury climate control, and you've got something which is really rare called it's a radar assisted cruise control, and it was called Distronic. Okay, and I'll show you that very shortly. Now apologies, we have got a bit of glare coming through from the sun. Just one of those things really, I can't odds it. I thought we might get a bit of cloud cover, but no, the sun is bursting its way through. So we'll tend to start off on the driver's side front. Now just one thing to mention before I start doing that, I'm not here to sort of try and pick holes in our vehicles. You know, these cars are what she is coming up to 13 years of age. It's never going to be a brand new car, and this is the reason why we do these videos. I'm not trying to say this is, you know, it's got so many dents and chips, and I'm not trying to say that at all. I just want, you know, customers to be, you know, to know what they're coming in to have a look at. I mentioned earlier on, it takes away that stigma before you come down thinking, is it going to be as nice as it is in the pictures? It is a lovely car, but she will be 13 years of age. She will be a car that's covered 119,000 miles. Drives really well, looks really well, but please don't expect it to be a brand new car, guys. All right, so we'll start off on the driver's side front. Now I will get to the front bumper very shortly as I go around the car. Alloy wheels are in good condition, no kind of bad corrosion or anything like that. There's a few scuffs around the outer edges. They have been touched up. Now I'm not too sure if we're going to get too much glare. We might do. I'm just trying to, let me see if I can try and angle the camera a slightly different way, just to try and give you some views down the side of the car. Now we did have a few little trolley dents. They have all been rectified. They've all been done. We've got a few stone chips on the car that have been touched up. Some of them I probably can't even see anymore myself, but a lot of them were around door edges. There was a couple of just above the door handle. Again, they've all been touched up. The worst bit in terms of touching up on this car that we needed to do was the front bumper and the rear bumper, really. Okay, now I'm just going to try, not too sure, I don't want to try and get into too much of or cause too much in terms of shadows, but there'll be some great pictures on there. I tend to have about 30-40 pictures of all of my cars. Right, let's just show you inside. Look at that interior, lovely, isn't it? Most of these cars that tend to be out there, they'll tend to be silver and black and a black interior. Some you'll tend to get grey, but what a lovely interior. Goes away from what you always tend to see with these E-Classes. Door panel, good condition. Lovely ruching that you'll tend to get on the leather here. 4 electric windows. Memory for the driver's seat, or full electric with memory for the driver's seat. You've got the same on the passenger. Folding mirrors, full electric functionality on the mirrors. They're heated as well. Automatic headlamps. You've got 2 keys with this car. I think I've left the ignition on as well. You can see that sort of Distronic logo. If I move the cruise control, it will normally come on. I haven't got the ignition fully on. It will normally come up with a Distronic logo, and the functionality for it is down here. You've got heated seats, you've got navigation, you've got a CD multiplay changer behind. There's a little compartment that opens up through here. Press the button there, it will normally shoot open, and then you've got a CD changer under there. That's where all your luxury climate control is, and what I mean by luxury, it's all digital. Okay, switch that off. And inside the armrest here is where you've got your phone pre-wiring. Now you can buy a Bluetooth cradle. That will then, I think you can get Mercedes-Benz ones, pattern ones, etc. And then you can connect your phone up via Bluetooth. Not too sure how much you can pick up. Hopefully, there's not too much glare from the sun. I don't even think the back seats have really been sat in. Really, I mean, just look at it, it's lovely. Absolutely stunning. So Mercedes-Benz mats, velour mats in there. Door panels, again, let's just get out of the, so no shadows. Looks all great, looks really nice. I think goes really well with this kind of bird's eye maple wood trim that you get on the Avant-Garde. Alloy wheels, again, they're okay. You've got a few little, I think it was around there where we've touched them up, and I think there was a couple of bits down here that we've touched them up, but apart from that, they're not bad at all really. A car this age, Mercedes-Benz did have a lot of corrosion on some of their wheels, but you haven't got anything like that on here, just a few little scuffs that we've touched up. So hopefully, if I move the camera slowly enough, you might be able to pick up really good reflections. Okay, so let's move on. We're about 7 minutes now into it. So, a few little stone chips or scuffs that were on the rear bumper. The main ones are around here. Again, you might be able to pick them up now. The sun's shining right on them. So, 1, 2, there's a couple there, about 4 there, and there was one on this corner section along here. Okay, now the reasons why, if I took a picture from back here or back here, you wouldn't pick any of that up, but this is the reason why we do these videos. Okay, a couple around here, but again they've all been touched up. Let's open up the boot. Humongous boot on this car, absolutely humongous. Let me just get out of the shadows. Now if you're wondering what these are for, these are little, you pull these down and they come down with 2 little hooks. Put your shopping on there if you want to. And there is a spare wheel underneath here. There is another cover underneath it. It definitely is under there, I've checked. So let's just go down the side of the car. Now hopefully we won't get too much glare from the sun this side. And what you're seeing is reflections of that down there. Plenty of tread on the tyres. You've got some Hancocks on the front, not too sure to make on the back of the car. Can't really see it from here. But hopefully you can try and pick up some good reflections. Again, a couple of stone chips that are on the doors, most of them being on the edges. But based on the age and the mileage of the car, I know customers out there they know it's not going to be a brand new car when they come have a look at it. Hopefully that's all good. Again, this all looks fine down here as well. Now I mentioned about luxury climate control, digital climate control. So how I showed you how it was digital at the front, you'll have the same sort of thing at the back here. So normally if the car just had normal air conditioning, you just have a couple of vents. Let's just show you this section here as well. Again, that bird's eye maple wood trim looks lovely against that colour. Again, you've got electric memory seats. Let's try and get out of the shadows. Again, interior looks lovely. I love it. I think it looks absolutely stunning. Headlining is a nice cream colour as well, so it's not a black, grey or anything like that. This is your Distronic adjustment on here. 7-speed automatic transmission. Looks lovely, and hopefully you'll get some better pictures. I think I've taken some pictures without the sun glaring through. You'll be able to see all looks really good in there. Alloy wheels, passenger side here, that looks fine. A couple of little scuffs along, I think it's just along there that we've touched up. And let's just go down this side. Again, hopefully, if I try and tilt the camera, it's going to be really hard to really avoid any glare. I'm going to just try and scoot down a little bit here, just to try and show you that you've got some really good reflections in paintwork. Plenty of tread on the tyres. And again, now this wheel tends to be the worst wheel. It's the closest one to the curb. And there's a couple of little scuffs along here. There's a couple there. I think a couple up there, but we have touched them up, done the very best we possibly can. Now, along the front of the car, as I mentioned, she's done 119,000 miles. I've personally put about 350 miles in the car. It's been absolutely fantastic. Really, really nice drive, really nice and smooth. Now, I'm not too sure how much you're going to be able to pick up on here, being with the sun glaring over, but there are a few stone chips on the bonnet that we have touched up. The worst one was about here. Okay, it looks quite dark. It's just unfortunate the colour, when it dries, it does go quite dark. There was about half a dozen to a dozen stone chips on the bonnet, but it's to be expected. And then you've got a couple of little marks on the front bumper. Again, we've touched them up as best as we possibly can. You've got a couple over here, a couple over there. Well, there's about 3 or 4 along here, and a few down there. Now, I mentioned before, we're not trying to knock our car, we're not trying to say it's a really bad car, we're just trying to point them out to you. So when you do come to have a look at it, you know, you're not, oh, there's a few stone chips. So we're up to 12 minutes now. I'll try and finish this last bit off as quickly as possible. We've got some really good warranty companies that we work with. We've got a couple. We've tried to pick out the best couple out there in the marketplace. We try and give you a comprehensive warranty as possible. So we try and tick as many boxes, things like emissions, air conditioning, suspension, etc., that type of thing. We don't just give you a basic £250, that's the maximum you can claim over your 6-month period, because all our warranties are done for 6 months. You can upgrade them for a year if you want to. So yeah, we don't give you just a basic one that you can only claim on once for up to 250 quid. No, we set ours up so it's the price of the vehicle that you've purchased from us. Whether it's £3,000, £5,000 or £10,000, that's how much the warranty claim limit will be set at. We also have them set at 100% parts and labour contribution. So once a warranty has been authorised by the, once a claim has been authorised by the warranty company, as I said to you, we try and tick as many boxes for you to try and give you as much cover as possible. They will pay everything apart from the first £75. All right, so wanted to thank you very much for your time. Apologies, I've babbled on. I do tend to do that quite a lot. So if you're interested in this car, give me a call, send me a text message, email, whatever. I'll always get back to every single customer. Not everyone replies back, but I do contact every single customer. Thank you again. Bye bye.